Thus far, I have seen a lot of different grant applications with different requirements, and I have to say that this is one of the simplest applications that I have seen in a while. But the thing is, the deadline to apply for this $10,000 grant is quickly approaching, so I would advise that you apply ASAP. Welcome, beautiful people. Shibivia here, and I am back with another gem dropping video. If you are new here, thanks for stopping by and hitting that play button. On this channel, I share lifestyle, side hustle, and business gems that can help you improve the quality of your life and business. Now, without any further ado, let's get into this 10K grant for small business owners being offered by Venmo.
Now, you're going to want to stick with me until the end because I'm going to be showing you what to expect on the application, and I'll also be giving you some tips on how you can fill out the application. All right, now Venmo is offering small businesses a $10,000 grant. Now, first things first that I want to share is that the deadline to apply for this grant is August 7th. Now, I have to say that this came across my lap. This email came across my lap just a couple of days ago, so I could not have shared this grant with you guys any earlier. You still have a little bit over a week to apply for this grant, but the beautiful thing with this grant application is that it does not take that long. It does not require a lot of documentation and stuff like that comparing to other grants. So if you are watching or listening to this episode prior to August 7th, 2023, I say go ahead and put your application in ASAP, which we will get into in just a second. Another thing is that just because the deadline has passed, it does not mean that Venmo may not be offering a grant, okay? Grant programs typically open up sometimes on an annual basis or a quarterly basis. So you just sometimes have to keep checking back. So even if the deadline has passed, still go on the website to see if there's potentially another grant opportunity open. Now, the requirements for this Venmo grant is pretty simple. But before we get into that, they're offering this $10,000 grant to 20 small business owners this time around, okay? Now, the eligibility requirement is pretty simple. All you need to do is have a Venmo business account with your business description, your profile photo, and a background photo, okay? That's pretty simple enough. You must make less than $50,000 in annual revenue and have fewer than 10 employees, okay? Now, I know some of you guys are probably wondering, okay, what if I did not have a Venmo business bank account? Well, the good thing with this grant is Venmo is actually allowing you to go ahead and open up that Venmo business account. Here, as it says here, if you don't have a Venmo business profile as yet, just create one now to apply for the Venmo business grant. So the beautiful thing with this grant program, with this payment processor, comparing to other payment processors, I've shared one just recently, the PayPal Working Capital, which you can check out here. I went into how you can get a PayPal Working Capital loan without any consideration of your personal or business credit. So feel free to check that out as well. But the difference with this one is that they don't require you to have had a Venmo business account for a while. There's no time frame. You just need to create one, create a Venmo business profile, and then you can go ahead and apply for the grant, okay? So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I share a lot of business tips, business credit and business funding tips, and I 100 suggest that you have a business bank account. If you are doing any type of business, you want to have a business bank account, especially if you have a business entity, right? Like an actual business structure, whether that's an LLC, LLP, being taxed as S Corp, C Corp, it does not matter. If you have an actual business and you're doing business, you want to have a business bank account. Now, even though you may have a business bank account, you may also have or utilize payment processors because it may make life easier for you. Let's say you have an on-location type of business or you're meeting with clients and you're accepting payments. A lot of people may just want to swipe their credit cards or, scan a code or something like that, right? A lot of people may use Venmo. A lot of people may use PayPal. They may just want to swipe or scan their credit card. And that's where payment processors like Stripe and Square also comes in. We're just not doing Cash App, okay? Cash App does not have any type of benefit to business owner, and you can't really track things that well. You can't create invoices. You can't send invoice reminders. It's not as professional compared to using like PayPal Business, which I 100% suggest as well. But you can also use Venmo because Venmo is somewhat convenient for a lot of people. Again, if you're doing like pop-up shops or meeting clients, you may want to use a payment processor that you can easily process payments as well. And then those payments will then go to your business bank account. So that way, when you're looking for additional funding from either traditional banks or business lending alternative solutions or business funding companies and stuff like that, they will want to see a history of your business bank account most of the time, right? So yes, of course, obviously you want your payments from your payment processors, whether that's Stripe, Square, PayPal, going at least the final destination should be to your business bank account. Okay, now that we have that covered, let's go a little bit further. What I love with this grant application, you guys, is that it does not take that long to fill out. It's not as complicated as other grants where it requires a lot of documentation and stuff like that and proof of this and proof of that. Venmo is literally saying as long as you have a Venmo business profile, if you don't have one, just create one and make sure that your background profile is there, your profile picture is there, and the description of your business as well is there, as we talked about further up. They're going to ask you for your first name, last name, business name, Venmo business profile username. And that's required because, again, you will need that. Your email address, business location, website. Now, as you can see, it's not mandatory that you have a website, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter URL, but at least one of these would be great, is what I'm assuming, so that they can do a little bit of background on your business, right? You want to have the total employees, total annual revenue. And here it states that they would love to hear about your business, your background, and how you made it to where you are today. Now, don't get too choked up about this, right? Just think about, what inspired you to start your business? What motivated you to start your business? Where were you before you started your business? Where you are today, and how were you able to get to where you are today? Now, if you don't consider yourself an eloquent writer or anything like that, before you start filling this application out, just start creating some bullet points of what you would love to share and get somebody else to help you, right? Get somebody who is excellent in storytelling, maybe, to help create this short essay. You want your reader to be able to visualize and to really feel what you've written, right? So if you're not an excellent writer, you don't consider yourself a great writer, that's okay. Just get somebody else to help you. Now, I've suggested this before in the past. You can go to places like Fiverr and just search for like a writer, storyteller, or something like that, and get somebody to help you to write your backstory. And it does not have to cost a lot. Another thing that I want to talk about is, I believe I shared this in the past before, when you're applying for a grant, you want to make sure that the amount that you're applying for is worthwhile the effort, right? Now, this is a $10,000 grant, and I would say the effort that you put in to apply for this grant is definitely worth it. As you can see, it's not that long. It's literally 1, 2, 3, like 3 short paragraphs or 3 short essays that they want you to fill out, no more than 1,500 characters. Okay. So this grant application is pretty simple, and I would say worth the investment for $10,000. Another thing that they ask is, what does the future look like for your business, and how can Venmo help you achieve your goals? So you basically just want to think about where you plan on going in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, in the next year. You want to be as specific and as clear as possible. So if you're looking to maybe take on another location or get some additional equipment so that you can build your clientele, whatever that looks like, try to be as specific as possible so that they can really see the vision, okay? You have to help them to see your vision, because remember that you know what you know, but you have to be able to communicate that clearly to somebody else so that they can better understand and visualize exactly where you're trying to go. So be as specific as possible. And here it states, if applicable, tell us how being a member of a historically underrepresented community, such as a Black, or if you identify as a woman, Latino, Latinx, etc., may have shaped your entrepreneurial experience. So if you identify as any one of these, share how it has shaped your entrepreneurial experience, whether you've had a positive experience, what challenges you have had in the past, stuff like that. Okay. And then you just agree to the terms and hit apply. You guys, it is as simple as that. Now, to apply for this grant, there's no purchase necessary. Unlike, some other grants out there, they may require to purchase something, but there's no purchase necessary for this one. Again, you want to apply by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, August 7th. Okay, you must be at least 18 years old, have a U.S. Venmo account, a valid business Venmo profile in good standing, own a small business that is duly organized, validly existing, and in good standing. Okay, so basically you just want to have an actual established business that's in good standing. And again, the requirements, as you can see, is pretty simple for this grant. Okay, so listen, if you have been hoping for some funding for your business, I strongly suggest going ahead and apply for this grant. You never know. I always say you want to have an optimistic and a positive attitude when it comes to these things, because if you go in with a negative mindset, telling yourself that you're not going to get it or it's not going to work for you, then you're already creating that reality for yourself. Instead, we want to go in with the opposite type of mentality and go in with expectation. All right, guys. So I wish you all the best on this small business grant opportunity.
And there you have it, beautiful people. I just shared with you a $10,000 grant opportunity being offered by Venmo. And if you'd love to see more grant opportunities or just in general business tips or business funding and credit tips from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well. That way, whenever I post a new video, you'll be the first to know. And as always, if you have any questions for me in the comments, feel free to let me know below. Until next time, beautiful people, again, it's your girl, Shibivia. It was an absolute pleasure. Let's continue to grow those businesses together, and I'll see you guys later. Be blessed.